If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then the first words in these pictures are unhinged, drunken, trailer trash.
I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal.
Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene repeatedly lashed out during President Biden's State of the Union speech, most prominently when Biden defended Social Security and Medicare.
Some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion.
House Speaker McCarthy did not seem to enjoy Greene's meltdowns. At several points, he mouthed to Greene to shush.
The idea is that we're not going to be...
While that was subtle, another effort by the Speaker was more clear.
Investing in our alliances and working with our allies to protect.
The reaction on social media was brutal and swift. Cruella de Vil had a great evening. Who wore it better, Cruella de Vil or Marjorie Taylor Greene? And after the State of the Union speech last night, Marjorie Taylor Greene gave some interviews.
Can't anybody play this game? Why is my former party so stupid?
They like he fed it to them and they...
The booing, the call, like we said yesterday on the show, Republicans, he wants you to yell. He wants you to shout. As my grandma from Dalton, Georgia would say, he wants you to act like you were raised in a barn. Good job, you did all of those things.
Even Fox and Friends called it a Biden victory.
He wanted to bait the Republicans, and then he wanted to have some back and forth, and he did.
You think he wanted that?
Absolutely. You know why? Because he had a big smile on his face.
The president's aides were also smiling, and that's because one of the Biden White House goals for the speech was to expose the GOP congressional opposition as unreasonable and chaotic. Mission accomplished indeed. Republicans put the spotlight on themselves through extraordinary rudeness, John Harris writes. With boos, taunts, groans, and sarcastic chortles, the opposition party effectively turned themselves into primetime props for President Joe Biden. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy had warned his colleagues ahead of the speech to behave, but they ignored him, and the new speaker had to resort to shushing them repeatedly from the rostrum. West Wing aides cheered and high-fived each other as Biden engaged Republicans who were triggered by his accusation that some in the GOP want to cut Medicare and Social Security. When Biden returned to the White House and met with his staff, Chief of Staff Ron Klain hailed the clash over entitlements as one of the all-time great State of the Union moments that people would look back on for years. In other words, politically, Republicans, led by Marjorie Taylor Greene, shot themselves in the foot badly, and the boost to President Biden and congressional Democrats will be significant. However, as much joy as some of us may take over the GOP implosion, there is an element of sadness. The grand old party, the party of Lincoln, has become a national and international laughingstock. The GOP policies and their antics, led by Marjorie Taylor Greene, are an embarrassment. And Americans should be humiliated that characters like Greene have accumulated so much congressional power. Yes, it's nice to see themselves humiliate themselves, but our country will continue to face enormous governmental challenges as long as a major political party is led by clowns. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.